What happens if you're not passionate about the job you're in or the job family or even the industry? That was a comment that Daniela was wrestling with. She and I were on a Zoom chat together. I was trying to help her out with some questions she had about her career. And in this video, I want to share my response to that topic. The quality of the video with Daniela and I is not as good as this one right here, but I think the audio quality is still pretty good, and hopefully the message is what you find to be most beneficial. So enjoy.
Looking at a product or at a company that you know that you're not completely passionate about the industry itself, because that's what's kind of happening to me. I am working as a product manager. I've been working there for 1.5 years,
Sure.
but I don't feel passionate about the industry, and I'm aware of this. So it's like, as a product manager, you do need to feel like that love and passion. Has that ever happened to you? And how would you recommend, just.
Yeah, I think it's a tough thing to find in corporate. So the thing that I often say is my job satisfaction has nothing to do with the job family. My
Mhm.
job satisfaction has everything to do with two things: my manager and the people around me. I could be working for a trash company. The passion doesn't necessarily matter in the corporate world. Like, the vein of what you're working on doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily matter as much, in my opinion, as the people that you're working with. And
Okay.
so here's an example. I was working at American Express.
Mhm.
I am the last person on earth to be passionate about a financial institution, right? Like, not at all. But there are a lot of elements in that job. If I strip away, like, I'm not passionate about this industry, and I just keep an open mind and I say, like, well, what elements of this job do I like?
Mm.
I really liked collaborating with the team. I really liked user experience design and working with the engineering team to say on a whiteboard, like, if we create this experience and put this button here, then where does it go next? And why does it go there? And is the customer going to understand it? Like, I love that idea of, like, the customer journey.
Okay.
And so there's going to be an element that might be present in your current job that you say, I really like this. It's not necessarily the industry. And um, the other problem, the other kind of false assumption that winds up happening is that you'll get into the job family or the industry that you find passionate
Mhm.
about. But, like, so for example, I've often said that it would be awesome to work at YouTube because
Mhm.
I have a YouTube channel. So there's this, like, surface level, I would love to work at YouTube kind of mentality.
Mhm.
And I look for jobs there every once in a while because I think it would be kind of fun to be working on, like, the creator platform.
Mhm.
But I temper that and I say, if I join YouTube and I was
Mhm.
working in, like, ads or something, I might be working at the company that I want, but then I'm working on a product that, like, I'm not exactly interested in.
Uh-huh.
Or like, maybe I'm working on the thing that I'm super interested in, but then my boss is shitty and I'm having a terrible experience, right? You just never know with
Mhm.
these things, right? So
That's
it's
true.
best to not focus on, like, all these surface level things and say there are two things that are important. One is my boss, my
Mhm.
manager. Are they going to help me be empowered to do to test and learn and experiment and be who I am, to feel like who I am at work is the same person as who I am at home, right? Like, you'd be the
Mhm.
same person. Are they going to empower you to do that? That's awesome. And the other thing is,
Okay.
are the teammates you have going to be great?
Okay. That's great that you mentioned that. So, like, at this point, would you say, like, because I always read books on PMs and how to do it, best practice and everything, and they're
Yeah.
like, you need to be 100% like passionate, you need to love, you need to know everything. So I'm like, at that point, like, am I not, like, because I'm not passionate, am I not giving it all? Am I not being good enough? Do you know what I mean? Like, am I
Yeah, yeah.
not? So it's like that conflict, internal conflict I have, like, all the time.
Totally. But you and Ash and everyone else, right? You and everyone else in the country and in the world is feeling exactly the same. I'm not
Okay.
exactly passionate about this. What do I do? What's the magic unicorn? Because we're attaching the word dream to the word job,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, that
So
makes
you're
sense.
constantly looking for the dream within a 9 to 5 construct, within something that is tied to financial gain. So it's not the purest form of what you want to actually do. It is what
Okay.
society is driving you towards within a construct, within a system. Outside of work,
Hmm.
what's the thing that you want to do? Like, what's the thing that lights you up and you say, like, this is the thing for me. This is the thing that I would absolutely love doing. I feel like and this is what I often tell people, I feel like you should pursue two paths.
Hmm.
One path is the recognition that I'm in corporate, I have a good job, I get paid well. Be grateful that you get paid well. And it's hard to sometimes do that, right? Because like I feel that escapism feeling too sometimes. I'm like, man, I get paid really well, whatever, but the grind. But then but I'm like, I'm constantly like tempering my mind. And
Hmm.
I'm like, but it's a great job. And I like certain elements of it. And if I go to entrepreneurship, it's going to have its own set of challenges, right?
Hmm.
Like I try to, maintain a perspective as hard as it is sometimes. Um, but as far as the two paths go, it's like keep that path in corporate,
Okay.
right? Like do the thing there. Don't just exit with the false assumption that it's going to be better somewhere else, that the grass is going to be greener. And then at the same time, think about something that you want to do that is unconstrained by a financial gain. Pure passion project that you want to undertake and a community that you want to build. You should be doing that on the side and leveraging all forms of social media to amplify your voice in that topic. And one day, what I believe will happen for you, and when I tell people this, is that the merge of your job and the merge of your passion project
Hmm.
will start coming closer and closer together.
What happens if it's not? I mean, what if I tell you maybe I love interior design,
Yeah.
and right now I'm a product manager? Like, do you think that like they're two different worlds completely?
Yeah, but think about this. Like if you're fascinated by interior design, then your Instagram profile and your LinkedIn should be talking all about interior design. I visited this home today and it was like the most amazing thing. Like the colors and the textures and everything just like lit me on fire. I love this. This is the most exciting thing, right?
Hmm.
Talk about those things
Okay.
often. And you could sprinkle in the product management topics, right? It doesn't have to be like one singular focus. It on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Now, whether if it's Instagram or if it's a YouTube channel, it should be a singular focus, right? If you want to create
Okay.
a YouTube channel on interior design, it should be pure interior
Just.
design, just for the pure passion of doing it. Same with Instagram. It's like my Instagram account is all about interior design. But when it comes to LinkedIn, you can pepper a lot of topics. You can say, there's my passion projects. Here are, here's product management. And what's going to happen is the firm that is in interior design that is disrupting the traditional model of interior design. And there's a lot of them in tech right now that are trying to disrupt.
Mhm.
One of them is called Havenly,
Oh.
and they're in Boulder. This was a couple years ago. I had met the CEO, and she, the traditional model of interior designs is like you meet with them, you go to their interior design store or whatever, and they help you with the whole plan, and
Mhm.
the cost is pretty ambiguous, right? You're like, I don't know how much I'm going to spend for this person. Like this is kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of friction involved in like starting the process. So what she was doing is she hired a bunch of people, and there's like these 3D renderings, and you pay like a flat fee.
Oh, okay.
And so she's trying to disrupt it. And so that's a product, right? Like that is a product management. There's a
Definitely.
portal that I log into, there's an experience that I have, and the recruiters who are looking for that unique spin, this person is in product and has
Mhm.
a deep passion for interior design. Wow, what a great fit, right? And those opportunities are going to start finding you.
Okay. That's great. Okay, perfect. That sounds
But
great.
but keep in mind, like there's no magic bullet here, right? Like this is a long-term
Mhm.
game. This is not like I'm going to find my perfect interior design related product management and every unicorn and everything's going to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
It's like start now, and then in 4 to 5 years your investment is going to pay off in a way that you'll never imagine.